Okay, I promised to go over a couple things with this new Etsy keyword tool. I just found it last night, so I had not used it until then. I think it's pretty neat because I found out a couple things I did not know when I was looking at it. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to one of our members' page that was having some issues with their title. Looking at it, the title looks pretty good. You would think they would show up fairly well. But when I go and do a check, to check the titles, the phrases that are being used in this title, to see is it a good phrase. I'm going to copy a section, put it in for a search, see what happens. Here's the problem, why they're not getting views. Using oval hand painted pendant. There's her item. It's there. It's showing. It's on page 1, second item. You know, remember, these don't count. They're ads. We're looking at these. But there's only 215 results for oval hand painted pendant. That's very low results. Yes, less competition, but that also tells us it's not a highly used word or wording phrase. So what I'm going to do next is go over here to the Etsy rank, and where you want to go to get to this is the spot over by tools that says keyword tool. It says compare keywords. You're going to click on compare keywords. This, it'll show keywords, compare keywords, synonyms. You want to put in the keywords here, and you're going to check how it shows up. I'm going to also do a couple more. You can compare 3 at a time. Okay? So I'm going to go and I'm going to do the second one in it. I'm going to do hand painted necklace. And we're going to try it. We're going to compare all of these at one time. I'm going to do 3 because it's faster if you go ahead and try to do 3 at a time. Okay. What I'm doing in their title, she has, they've got I'm sorry, I'm not sure. Anyhow, in their title, the first 3 things are oval hand painted pendant, vintage pendant, hand painted necklace. So I put all 3 of these in the keyword compare. We're going to hit compare. And what it's doing now is a search for those 3 things. And I may have to go and fix, it left off a T. So, okay. Look at what we have. Under oval hand painted pendant, it says very low competition, unknown demand, which means when it's talking about the demand, it's how many buyers are looking for that, using those keywords, looking for that particular item. So there's not enough using it that they can even gauge the demand rating. Very low engagement. There's 220 listings found on Etsy with that wording. Average hearts 3, average views 25. that means that keyword phrase is not getting but about 25 views a month. So you using it is, if it's only getting 25 views a month because a person types it in only 25 times out of an entire month, that's not good. That's a bad phrase to use. It's not working. Hand-painted necklace. High competition. A lot of people are using it. It has medium engagement, which means at least people are using it better. But the demand is not known still. As far as, it'll give you a very high, low, medium, high, very high. And it's not even registering for the demand on it. Which is saying it can't gauge how many customers actually are going and buying something from it. There's two, let's see, it says 23,678 listings found. Average views 45, average price 22. So it's getting 45 views, which is still really low, and it's a high competitive keyword. It's one I'd keep in the back of my mind for now. But oval hand painted pendant, I'd take right off that listing because it's doing you no good at all. It's wasting space. It's not getting you seen. The third one in that title was vintage pendant. High competition, medium demand, low engagement. 50,000 listings using vintage pendant. There is a demand for vintage pendant. People are buying from items that are labeled from vintage pendant. Engagement as far as average hearts, views and things are what they consider low, but it's getting, people are getting sales with it. It depends on what you're selling. It says the average views are 150 a month, which for 50,000 listings, 150 views in a month isn't a lot, but it's a whole lot better than the other two are. So what I'm going to do now is go back to the listing, and I'm going to start with the next part of it. And we're going to check that, and I'm going to take out oval hand painted pendant. We've decided that is not a good word to use in this title at all. It's an oval pendant, but and I'm going to check what oval pendant shows up, because you might want to just use that, but oval hand painted pendant is not working for you. So glass jewelry. While I'm doing this, I'm going to use oval pendant. I'm going to do another compare. And I'm leaving vintage because I know it's one of the better ones here. So we're not going to delete it yet. Okay. Glass jewelry was the next thing in her, here in the title. Glass jewelry, unique glass pendant necklace. So I'm using the glass jewelry one. High competition, medium demand, very high engagement. That means it's a good one. Yes, there's a lot of competition, but competition we don't need to be scared of. We just need to get seen where they are. Medium demand means there are people buying with that. It may not be the highest selling item on there on Etsy, but it's a selling item. It's in a medium range for what's being searched for. High engagement. People are engaging with the listings that have that in it. 50,000 plus listings found, 282 average. Heart, 2,542 average views in a month. That one is getting more views. So what we're going to want to do here is use glass jewelry, which is already in there. We're going to leave that. Oval pendant. I switched out oval hand-painted pendant and tried oval pendant. Oval pendant has high competition, 50,000 listings found, average views 229 views. So it actually is getting more views a month than vintage pendant, and it has a better engagement ranking than vintage pendant. So at this point, what I'm going to want to do is say, okay, we're taking vintage pendant out of the mix, and right now we're going to leave glass jewelry and oval pendant in our title, and we're going to do away with vintage pendant because it is ranking lower than the other two. So next we have, somehow or another, and this definitely would need to be fixed either way, pendant necklace. It's in there twice. So that definitely needs to be fixed. You don't want to use the same thing in the title 2 times in a row back to back. So I think that was just a mistake. Pendant, okay, pendant necklace. That's what we're going to check. Well, it's pendant. Okay, it's spelled 2 different ways. We're going to check it both ways, because in some countries they spell things differently than what we do in America. So you never know what's going to be considered right and what's going to be considered wrong. And even with hand stamped jewelry, you can put it in with hand stamped all in one word and hand stamped separate, and it still shows up and it still gets good ranks, even though it'll give you a misspelling on this Etsy rank thing. You can have it bypass that. We're going with pendant jewelry now. Hit compare. And see how it shows up next to glass jewelry and oval pendant. Sorry, it's so slow. My computer's dragging. Okay. Pendant jewelry. High competition, medium demand, low engagement. Average views, 66 for the month, with out of 50,000 listings. In this case, you've got high competition, low engagement. I recommend going with things that have high, very high or medium engagement, and staying away from things that have low engagement. You want your customers to engage, so you don't want to be using a title that's not showing to get good engagement. I'm going to change this right fast to the other spelling that she's got, and compare that. Let's see how that one pulls. High competition, medium engagement, unknown demand. Still 34,700 listings found, only 44 average views. It's not necessarily a good one to keep either. I would keep searching for something else to use in this title. So oval hand painted pendant needs to go. Vintage pendant needs to go. Glass jewelry stays. Oval pendant stays. Glass jewelry would stay. So out of this title right now, what needs to be done is oval hand painted pendant needs to be changed to take out oval and put hand painted pendant. Customers can see it's oval. You don't need that in the title. Vintage pendant was getting us too low. We're going to take it out. I can't remember. How about hand painted necklace? Glass jewelry was good. We're keeping that. Oval pendant we're keeping. Unique glass pendant. Somehow I think I have ended up on a different, maybe not. Or either I just didn't check unique glass. Let's check unique glass. I'm going to go back and check unique glass pendant because I haven't checked that. Let's see how that does. Yeah, the key is you fill up the whole title with as many different short phrases or keywords as you can. That way you get seen in that many listings. Search different searches. If you can fit 6 in there, then that's 6 searches you're going to pull up. Okay, unique glass pendant, high competition, low engagement, 44 average views. So we're not going to use that one. So we're stuck now with glass jewelry, oval pendant to keep in this title. Hand painted necklace. I'm gonna back that up. And it's all kind of a game here to keep searching to find these things. So once you get at least 3 good things to keep in the title. Yeah. Hand painted necklace. It's lower. I'd keep it on the back burner for right this second. What I'm going to do next, because my highest one is glass jewelry, I'm going to go back to my Etsy page and I'm going to do this. I'm going to put in glass jewelry and search. When I get there to glass jewelry, I see all kinds of glass jewelry. Sea glass, painted glass, lots of different things, okay? I'm looking for something that's similar to this. Here's one right here. We're going to click on that person's. They have 566 listings, 1,349 sales since 2012. So they're doing okay. Selling similar types of jewelry that's painted. They have other things in their store. What I'm looking for is keywords that they're using for their similar type jewelry. What I'm seeing is, as you notice, and everybody doesn't have this blocked or not, but if they don't, you can check their previous sales and you can see that there's been several glass pendants that were painted like that sold. It's a high selling item for them, which is good to know. So apparently what they're doing for that item is working for them. They've had a lot of sales. So I'm going to go back in their shop. I'm going to find one of these glass painted pendants that they have, that they're selling, that are similar to what we've been looking at for this members shop. Let's find a different one. I want a necklace, not a keychain. Fused glass jewelry. There's one they're using. I've honestly never heard this word, dichrotic glass pendant, but apparently that's a good one to use because it's getting them seen. But what you can tell is, like, this seller is using the search phrase for hand-painted necklace, for glass jewelry. They're getting seen really well in glass jewelry, and they're making a lot of sales under that. So that tells me it's a good keyword to use. It's getting them sales. So it's likely to get our group member sales too. So it's one that should definitely be considered using. That would give you at least 3 high search phrases in your title. Boho necklace is used a lot. I'm not really up on the boho thing, so I don't know exactly what it means. Somebody will have to let me know. But this pendant we're trying to sell may be considered in that same category. If it is, I know if you put boho jewelry in there, they're getting tons of views and sales. So this kind of gives you an idea how to go about looking for this. You know, things that you want to try to use in your title. You go to this new tool that's on the Etsy rank that I found, and do what I just did with the searches to compare your phrases that you're trying to use. And you want to use the ones that are the highest engagements, not low engagement. If it tells you the demand, you want to go with the ones that's showing a medium or high demand instead of the unknown demand. You got to kind of gauge what it's telling you. What of this is filled out? You want it. High competition doesn't bother me because you can get seen in high competition, but you do want to use words that are getting good engagement. That's the key. Good engagement means you're going to be seen in front of the customers you want to get seen in, and you're likely to get clicks and more likely to get sales. I'm going to cut this one off now. That just kind of shows you, how to use this new tool. I mean, I honestly found a word last night. I've been using hand stamped jewelry. Guess what? Hand stamped without the jewelry gets higher engagement and more views. So now I need to make sure I'm using both in my title. Some of my titles had just hand stamped, some didn't, so I got to go back and check all that because it's so much higher than the other. I want to make sure I have it. You may find that there's something that you thought about using and didn't use because you didn't think it would be good, and you may find out it's better than everything else. So go through your titles and check it, and this is a good way to check your keywords and the words you're using in your title with the keyword comparer tool.